was a good joke. We don't get anything out of the drops. They're all reserved for you.
Yeah, because you know what? I cast on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for like all the time, so I can't watch any streams then, so I can't get loot boxes. I stream on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I can't do it then. And Thursday I sleep forever for like 1,000 years. I am able to like get a couple from HGC EU and a little bit of HGC Korea. I've got a grand total of 4. That is the amount of loot boxes I've got in the time the system has been active.
Never
2
lucky,
of them
man.
were in MSB by having the stream open on my tablet in the green room. So there you go.
There we go. CE against RPG, ladies and gentlemen. This could potentially be a good one if RPG somehow finds a way to crack the defenses of CE, who look very much crackable at this time, right? CE, I think it's safe to say, are looking the weakest they've ever looked in HGC China, and that is crazy to say because they've been part of the league for so long. When we started casting HGC China together, Tetra, which was, I think, mid-2017, early 2017, they were already a part of the league, and we didn't know anything about them, but somehow they managed to win the first season that we cast them. We're like, who are these guys? Why are they so good?
Yeah.
And ever since, we've been big fans of them.
Yeah, we went CE because we thought it would be E-Star. It ended up being CE after a 3-way tie and then a versus for the actual thing. And then CE couldn't make it to that MSB, which is the one that E-Star dominated at. So it went CE, SPT, 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 CE again. And now we're up to here.
Exactly. So to see them fighting for those mid-tier ranks is highly unusual. And we still haven't figured out what the main reasons are. I think their drafting is looking fine for the most part. I think individually they're playing fine. I think the biggest construction sites maybe this time could be Alufal. I never thought I would say this because Alufal used to be the best player by a large margin in the roster, but he hasn't really come out. He hasn't really been shining this season up to this point.
This is true. But other heroes who have been shining, at least for RPG, the Genji, so having that banned away by CE is already means I'm probably going to have to make a statement about how I feel about RPG's drafting and compositions, and Locktar's play especially.
And it's mind-blowing that CE keeps banning Genji every single time when they're first pick.
This time it makes sense. The starters Genji's really good. Like, really good. But for second, again, Locktar has so far played one hero since he's been back and played really well both times. I have no issue with that Genji being removed at all. As Zeratul Dahaka comes in, very rotation-heavy start for RPG.
At this point, it wouldn't even surprise me anymore if Alufal didn't practice Tracer at all, because he keeps getting banned against him every single time, regardless of the team, regardless of the map they're playing on. His 2 picks, Genji, or his 2 most stellar picks, I should say, Genji and Tracer, completely shut down every single time. And ever since teams have been starting to do that, the success rate of CE has deteriorated, has decreased quite a bit. So up to this point, I think RPG, they've done their homework. They know how to ban and shut down some of the heroes on Alufal. Well done. And they picked the Dahaka as well, which has actually done so much work over the last few days in China, whether it's SOAP and SPT.
That's KTY currently on screen, by the way, right?
On the webcam? No, that's Wind and Alufal.
Yes, there we go. As we see, sorry, my tab is really small.
No worries, buddy.
As we have the Phoenix and the Urel. I wanted to draw attention to Wind's shirt, but I appear to have been trolled by the camera changing. As he's either way, when he comes back on, he's currently wearing a very nice t-shirt underneath his team jersey. Heroes of the Storm themed. It's the new stuff from Uniqlo. I don't know if you've seen it yet, because it's really nice.
Yeah, I think I saw it. Unfortunately, there isn't really a lot of Uniqlo in Europe, or at least in Germany, I should say. So they didn't have it in the online store, and I don't know if they have it in the retailers somewhere.
That is.
What about the UK?
Is a shame.
Did you spot it anywhere?
There is one in the UK. There is one in the UK. I haven't been. I don't go into real life stores. It's definitely on the online store. But I was also given one at MSB and then
real life stores in 2018. Lol. I mean, come on.
Brick and mortar.
We would have to leave the house.
The only thing houses are good for. The only thing real life stores are good for is holding the stock to be sent to me. Bring your shopping to me, friends. As we see Sergeant Hammer getting banned. Very sensible, I would say, considering.
What was the map again, by the way?
2 hours? I don't remember.
Well, we're gonna find out in a bit. Judging from the music, it's definitely another one of the standard classic maps. It's definitely not a desert map, so let's narrow it down a little bit.
That's true.
I think it's gonna be Curse Hollow.
I said towers, so Cursed Hollow could be it, but Cursed Hollow has its own music again. I'm gonna stick with Cursed Hollow and just believe that they're just playing their own draft music.
It was Towers of Doom? Man, look at that. Chat's got our back. It's Towers of Doom.
Yeah,
Chat, the real MVP.
Thanks, Brain. Which is interesting. The Sergeant Hammer. We did just see it previously, but she's not the most common pick on Towers of Doom.
I mean, it just did a lot of work against SPT, right? But you're definitely right. It's not the go-to pick, especially not into any Rel, for example, which can knock her back out of siege mode, or sieging range, I should say. And RPG, they go for the Li Ming, and if you get flashbacks from 2017, Tetra, that could be a Lokta hero.
It could, and if he can still play it well, then I will start to have faith in this RPG roster again, and they will have a whole new way to disappoint me.
That's KTY, by the way, in the webcam right now.
Yes. Can see from there now. You know what? I'm putting it in theater mode so I can actually see what's going on. There we go. That's better. But yeah, it's Wins. It's Wins who is wearing the unique clothes shirt.
Okay, cool.
We're currently being denied that particular image. For now, though, Diablo as well. So they have so much burst.
Yeah,
I haven't even picked their support yet. Could even go Rhaegar and add even more burst.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate the Rhaegar, to be honest. Like Rhaegar with the lightning shield, the Earth shield at level 13 gets so much value from a fully stacked Diablo. The Ancestor healing also fantastic.
And Ana.
You're calling the Ana?
I'm calling Ana for
it's
RPG right now.
With the Li Ming?
Yep. And Zeratul.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy. They're going to give it another go. It didn't work with Wrong. Maybe it could work with Lokta. How strong are they feeling? Because they've got Chicken on the Dahaka because he swapped back to that.
You know what? I want to see it.
Zeratul, which is a little bit sad for me because I don't think he's a great Zeratul. I think Chicken's better. Maybe they can put Sara Dahaka. Who knows? In fact, we know he can play a really good Dahaka. So, yeah, put Sara Dahaka. Loktar on Li Ming. Give me the Ana. I'm up to see it again. Oh, Stukov. All right, that's fine. That's still okay. It's never lucky. The time I actually ask for it, I don't get it. The time I'm like, just don't do it again, they do it. So, cool. Thanks, RPG.
I mean, Stukov is fine, right?
Disappointing me in some way.
No, I mean, Stukov is totally fine. It's a hero that sometimes gets overlooked, I feel like, in the current pro meta, simply because there's other supports that are so good. I mean, Deckard, Malfurion, even Rhaegar has come back swinging into the meta because of his most recent buff. But Stukov makes a lot of sense, especially in Towers of Doom. I like him. He can really zone out the entrances to an altar, for example. He can make a big difference as well. And most importantly, I think, against all that hard engage that CE is bringing to the table with Muradin, Greymane, and Irel, a nicely timed either massive shove on a certain target or a fleeting swipe, they can really make a big difference to keep them at bay. So I don't really hate it. Also, the silence against the Phoenix, if well timed, can actually interrupt the salvo, which could come into effect. So let's see what they can do with this Stukov. I'm kind of digging this draft by RPG. I think drafting has been a little bit of a weaker spot for them throughout this season. They tried a lot of gimmicky stuff yesterday. Didn't always go well, but with this comp, I think they're looking very stable and very determined to maybe take points away from a weakened CE at the moment.
Their blow-up potential is pretty good. RPG have consistently in the past been a weakness for some of these higher level teams, but let's see if CE can hold on to some honor and regain some points to move themselves closer to the top of the table again. A Lufal on Phoenix, Wind on Muradin, 365 on Malfurion, KTY on Yrel, and Zhu is playing Greymane. They are challenge.
Their opponents in the Reds, it is the team known as RPG. With Chicken on that Dehaka, we've got MJ on the Stukov, Saz playing that Zeratul, C is on the Diablo, and Loktar, the legendary ranged assassin from 2017, is back on that Li Ming. Let's see how much of an impact he is going to have on that game. As Tetra said, we saw him yesterday reappearing for the first time in 2018 He played 2 games of Genji. Unfortunately, his team lost both, but it was definitely not because of him and him underperforming. Quite the opposite was the case. He was very lethal. He was quite the thorn in the enemy team's sides. Let's see if he can maybe make it happen again on that Li Ming.
Slightly disappointed to see Sa on Zeratul, but I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt and believe that he has been spamming games to get back in shape for it. But again, I would rather see Chicken on it, always. It's a similar role, just get a bit of flexibility on it.
That's kind of the thing of Sa in this roster, right? Sometimes he plays those heroes where we're like, why didn't you let Locktar play it? Why didn't you let it Wrong play it? Why didn't you let Chicken play it? Simply because Sa hasn't been this mechanical mastermind, that impactful player.
Heroes. His Hanzo has been spectacular every single time they've played it.
His jungler is good too.
Get it every time. His Junkrat is really good. I agree. That's probably his best hero by a long way. But they just don't draft around that. They just seem to treat Sa as an afterthought.
Yeah, very true. Actually insane considering that he's the oldest player in the league and he should actually have the respect that he deserves. I think he's 31. Jeez, he's older than me. That doesn't happen very often.
But be quiet, Kendrick. You are young and spry. I don't think I've ever used the word spry before, so that's cool. Cool. So let's have a look. 25, 24, 28, 28. 365 and KTY are both 28.
Yeah, okay.
MJ is 31. MJ is 31. Star is 30. So
there we go.
Pipped him at the post.
So quite the team of seniors there. Not saying that in a negative way. Experience comes to mind. The seasoned veterans.
They are the 2 oldest players in the league. So there you go. No one else is 30 or above.
Pretty cool. So let's see what they can do here with RPG coming in there. Locktar on that Li Ming. Respect the elderly, exactly, Lothrian Games. Well said, friend.
Indeed, this is why the Cocaine's so popular. As we do see the mercenary camps being picked up, both teams mirroring each other, at least for the moment. Now, we are going to see Chicken struggle a little bit in this top lane as Dahaka due to the fact that, well, Yrel does straight up beat Dahaka.
Yeah.
Not too much difficulty there. It's going to take him a little bit. He will clear the lanes pretty easily. Otherwise, going to struggle. This is a mercenary reckoning here. Oh,
beautiful.
MJ. A classic move. This was going to be an incredibly one-sided mercenary push for CE as their lane clear was far superior. They gave up a little bit of XP for that push, and it's completely denied by MJ here.
Yeah. If you silence the sappers, ladies and gentlemen, then they won't be able to use their ability, which is the self-destruct, the self-detonate. So, good reaction coming in from MJ on that Stukov, and that is one of the reasons why Stukov can be so impactful and so powerful on this map, right? Look at Win getting slammed into the red gate, but thanks to his Dwarf Toss and the healings from Malfurion, he's going to be safe for now.
I believe that's the anti-healing route coming in from the Malfurion. So cool.
That it is.
That's cool to see. There we go, it's Stukov. Stukov big AoE healing. He's gone for one good spread as well. And they're also against Li Ming. If they can get dominance on her, could be good. Dahaka and the Diablo both have their own self-healing as well. In fact, everyone on this team has their own form of self-healing. So, yeah, anti-healing value. Trying to set up the trap. Trap is sprung, but he is tanking through thanks to the CC of Win. Sa from behind. Surprise Chicken! And the silence from Dahaka, from Stukov picks up the kill. And in the meantime, everyone else was able to flee. But yeah, they're trading 2 for 1 for that kill. That is risky.
I might want to say a big macro mistake by RPG. So they're trading experience and a hero kill against 2 altars. Now, mind you, the first 2 altars, they normally don't matter that much, right? Having a 4-point difference on core health is not going to make or break the game in the early stages. However, I'm not sure if you should give up those altars just that easily, only for 1 kill. If they'd gotten a team wipe there and stolen a mercenary camp, for example, as a result, that would have been a completely different story. But as it is, I think it was still a victory in favor of CE. Now, KTY is going to make it out alive. The tongue was not ready. Still on cooldown.
And everything calms down a bit as both teams begin creeping their way towards their level 7s, waiting for their opportunity. But yeah, we're just in the more chill moment for the chill moment right now. Mercenaries will be the name of the game once again. C finds Wind, but probably not going to be able to get a kill. Sar, on the other hand, still stealth. They actually move in, gets the cleave, and they steal the camp.
Yeah, strong rotation, a good nature's cure as well onto Zhuyu, and he takes Zeratul life immediately in return.
Very nice little turnaround this, and here's KTY looking for more. MJ is in the wrong side of the neighborhood right now. He's going to get absolutely destroyed. Chicken getting slowed as well. He's going down, and this camp steal is turning into a huge punishment by CE.
Unfortunately, KTY helping Diablo there with a knockback. Otherwise, they might have gotten the kill there. But as you said, Tetcher, a couple of wrong decisions in a row here by RPG, in my opinion. First of all, they ignored the 2 altars. Now they went for the mercenary invade. They got the camp, but at what cost, right? They fell victim to the retaliation strike by CE, and suffered a triple kill against them. So now, as it is though, Death Timer still being low in this early stage of the game. They're going to go for this altar on the right-hand side immediately, but already look at that, Tetcher. They gave up so much soaking, so much experience, and they're already behind 1 entire level.
But they aren't done yet. Coming in for round 2 of full 5-man team fight before the first hit, before the first 6 of the game. MJ gets taken out. Even with that protection. Sorry, that wasn't MJ, that was Sar. As Alufal pushing forward, gets a lovely slow. C gets zoned and killed off as well. And round 2 of the pre-6-minute fight, pre-level 10, goes once again over to CE.
Yeah, I don't know. RPG's trying too hard to make these kills happen. Although CE is currently not looking the strongest they've ever looked, they're still a deadly team if you let them dominate you. And that's exactly what's happening right now. A 9.5 to 8 level lead already in favor of CE. They're winning team fight after team fight simply because RPG seems to refuse to play any form of macro game. They don't value the mercenary camps. Look at that. Already the right-hand mercenary zapper camp was already stolen again. And they don't seem to value rotations. Their soaking is terrible at this moment. So can CE just basically keep that lead that they worked so hard to get on? Or is RPG able to bounce back later on? For now, it's a much more patient phase of the game. I think for RPG, even RPG, the most reckless team we've had in HGC China up to this point, even they're not as foolish to fight without level 10.
Noctard tries to bait out Wind, tries to just dodge all the Storm Bolts. Eventually, Wind is able to outprotect him and lands that Storm Bolt instead. C is back for round 4. Not able to get it this time. Once again, Sar is going to die.
The minions actually had the honor of getting that kill. Locktar tried to make a play there, but he couldn't get the kill. Confirmed, no cooldown resets here, and Zhuyu is just on a hunt. By the way, did he go for the Wizened Duelist? No, he did not. He went for the Hunter's Blunderbuss. Sorry, for the Quicksilver Bullets. So, man, he would have been very happy to go for Wizened Duelist right now.
Does Wizened Duelist still get stacks for kills, or is it just auto attacks?
No, it's still auto attacks only.
He's still landing great auto attacks.
But yeah, by killing people, you auto attack a lot, right? So
very true.
I mean, he doesn't die, so he doesn't lose the stacks.
Could just get cocktails, like old Greymane.
Yeah.
Nothing but cocktails, old Greymane. Old Greymane versus current Deckard, who would win?
Who?
But only in a cocktail contest. As we see.
Who's the more lethal shaker?
Yeah, who's the better barkeep? As we see the shots coming in. 5 shots onto the core of RPG. 32 health to 19. An RPG 2 levels behind, level 13 about to be hit by CE. This is looking rough.
Yeah, if a Muradin can zone you out like that, then you know that the game hadn't been going so well for you. Sa once again getting completely shut down, completely zoned out. Even has to use the VP now to save himself for a little longer, but does that help? Is that going to be enough? Yes, it is for now. Phoenix trying to go for the splash there on his ranged attack, but Zeratul blink into safety just now.
But it's the first fight that RPG have taken where no one died, so success! If they can continue to get better fights at that rate, then by the time their core is at 2 health, they might actually start winning them. For now, though, Noctar moves in, immediately gets Storm Bolted, and Wave of Force. Wind goes into the death zone, takes a little bit of damage. He's in the death zone again. Salvo, rip Noctar, but everyone else able to survive, but they weren't able to kill off Wind.
Not even the gates of Towers of Doom save you from the salvo of the Righteous Fury of Phoenix. Beautiful kill there once again. They didn't have Dehaka here though because he was busy soaking in the middle.
That doesn't work. That doesn't work with that particular part of the sapper Stukov, but I like the idea.
They just continue to walk. You know, walking is not an ability, so you can't silence them there. Was worth a try, though. Was worth a try.
That'd be funny if it just made you forget. It's just like, oh no, I can't talk, and therefore I've forgotten how to walk. How has this happened? Also, how am I saying this if I can't talk? As we see the mercenaries being taken in the top lane as well by RPG this time. Going to try and get some counter push going. Want to try and get themselves towards their own level 13s.
At this point, I think RPG can just continue to play like they did play in the past already. Just continue to go for fights even though you're down talents, right? Because if you let those altars go through, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Here goes the flip into the silence. Are they going to get that kill on Irel? It's so close, but the Ardent Defender comes through.
Undefender's good. Double VP, though. They kill off Phoenix. Their first kill. They're moving forwards. Looking for Malfurion now. Here comes Diablo. Anyone would be a good target here. Drag misses. KTY zoning away. The tranquility is real good. They haven't managed to channel yet. In the meantime, Sapp's heading for the core as we do see the turnaround. Once again, Yvrel, no on defender now. Sara's once again finds himself miles away from his support, gets taken out, but KTY is low, as is Zuyu, but Zuyu's found a cheeky Locktar in the backline. Flaning's wife keeps him alive though, and Locktar actually will live. As Zuyu picks up one kill, looks for a second. Malfurion root prevents C from getting away as Locktar leaves. Zappas go onto the core, and Locktar will even die to Zuyu anyway.
Now, Zuyu, that's just rude and mean, right? You just can't dominate a team fight like that. That was all Greymane. Probably not all Greymane, but for the most part, it was Greymane. They weren't able to focus him down early enough, and although it was a 4 versus 5 the entire time, you could really see how the superior healing, the superior sustain, and of course the healthier health bars on the side of CE made all the difference. And with now the entire team of RPG having to lick their wounds, just respawning out of base, they're trying to go for that boss, but is it really the play they're looking for here? Diablo's already scouting it out. He's shuffling around. It
is lethal. Phoenix getting chunked, will teleport out of the APOC. APOC hits just Malfurion.
Yeah.
The Tranquility is
KTY's
now
low.
Out Malfurion. This boss is still aggroed. They do get it to leash. It's going to begin to heal up. As C dropping low, Chicken dropping low. They're trying to sustain all. If they can disengage, they're fine. But that looks less likely to happen as CE begin to walk casually towards the enemy team and kill them. As Locktar goes down, Chicken gets focused. Sar tries to do some damage. They did in fact kill Greymane, but now it is a 2 versus 4. I have less faith, unfortunately, as Sar teleports 1, teleports 2, but too late, he's already dead, and that leaves poor defenseless MJ to try and one-man defend this boss in time for Diablo to return.
They're already showing the victory screen here, but there was still one hero. It's only Stukov, though. Never mind. Then I think it is indeed the GG.
He's spinning at the top of the screen. I don't think he...
I was going to say Diablo can maybe come back in time if he just respawned, but the shortcut isn't even available yet, so no shortcuts available. And as a result, it is a rather unspectacular ending here for CE, completely and absolutely dominating game number 1 against a very underwhelmingly looking RPG.
Game 1 going over to CE and RPG.